Today I'm talking to Emily Taylor, Associate Editor Fashion and Beauty in Marie Claire magazine. Hi Emily.
Hi Jackie.
How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. You, as a fashion and beauty editor now, are responsible for a large amount of the pages, I guess, across the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
How busy are you?
I'm pretty busy, to tell you the truth. I'm sort of trying to do two jobs in the time of one, but it's really exciting, and it's something that I've always been interested in, fashion, so being able to do both fashion and beauty is really a dream come true.
So you started out in beauty?
I did start out in beauty about 7 years ago. I've been in the industry for about 7 years, and so it's great to be able to still stay with beauty but also pick up some fashion work as well.
How does the world of fashion differ from beauty?
It's quite different, actually. I was surprised. I thought it would be quite similar, but it is different. The personalities are different. The way that people work is different. So it's interesting to have that mix of the two.
Do you have to change your journalistic style for the different areas?
I suppose it is slightly different. At Marie Claire we have a real service focus when it comes to beauty, so it's very much how-to, it's instructional, and our stories are very much that way inclined in the beauty department. But then when it comes to fashion, we talk to designers more, we do more profiles and that sort of thing, along with the tips and the shopping guides and things like that, so it is slightly different.
So take me back to when you were studying university.
Mm-hmm.
Was this the dream job?
I was one of those people who didn't really know what they wanted to do or where they were going to end up. I grew up in Perth, so the exciting world of publishing did seem like quite a long way away. I was always interested in magazines and in publishing, but in Perth there's obviously not such a big market as there is over here. So when I was at university I did write, and I wrote for a website. In fact, one of the first entertainment websites, I suppose. It was a nationwide website, and then when I finished my studies I transferred to Sydney and it went from there.
What were the magazines that you loved growing up?
Well, I always did love Marie Claire. I think that's something that a lot of girls did grow up on, so it's very exciting to be working on that title now. My first magazine was Dolly, and that was actually the first magazine that I worked on when I started in publishing, so that was really exciting. We also used to read Girlfriend at my school. Dolly and Girlfriend were both very popular. So it's really interesting to sort of go from reading them growing up in Perth on the other side of the country to actually working in them now. It's amazing.
So you arrived into the world of publishing and working at Dolly. You would have attended some beauty events. Do you remember your first launch?
I do. I remember my first launch like it was yesterday. It was the launch of Tan in a Can from Model Co, and it was at Bronte Beach. It was at Clovelly Beach, and it was at the cafe there on the side of the baths. And there were models in pink swimsuits lying around on the grass, and it was about 8:30 in the morning, and it was the middle of winter, of course, I think, because, you know, the seasons we're always working a season apart, and I just couldn't believe it. I remember getting out of a taxi and seeing these models in pink swimsuits and pink cocktails and breakfast, and I just thought, goodness, I can't believe that I'm here. It's amazing.
Was it somewhere that you felt immediately at home, or did it take a while?
It did take a while. I think that, as with all new roles, it takes a while to settle in and to get to know everybody, and the beauty industry is certainly the same as any other industry in that regard. It took me a little while. I think I've spoken to quite a lot of the beauty editors about it, and I think they all have the same feelings when they first start out. You feel a bit nervous going to your first launches and those sorts of things, but once you get to know everyone, it's easy.
What do you consider to be the success of being a beauty journalist? What does that look like?
I think you have to be prepared to put the work in. There are a lot of beauty editors, but there aren't a lot of great beauty journalists, and you have to work really hard to be someone who is professional. How can I put this? She basically said there's a lot of beauty editors out there, but you have to work really hard to be a great beauty editor. And I think that's always stayed with me. I think we do so many different jobs. It's a very different job to all the other roles on a magazine. We have to be diplomats, we have to be the public face of the magazine, and we have to be writers, and we have to be researchers, and we have to be interviewers, and we have to trial products, and we have to go out and about, and we have to travel, and we have to try and balance all the launches with our work time and with our home life. So it sounds like it's a very glamorous job, and it really is, must be one of the best jobs in the world, but it definitely comes with challenges as well.
You recently were presenting, I think, at the L'Oreal Fashion Festival. And you've been doing that for a while. What's it like to do that?
Standing up on stage in front of 500 people is something that I find quite a challenge. It's good to push yourself, though, I suppose. So it's exhilarating, definitely.